Howdy folks, Alexander here, High Winds EDC. We got another video for you today. So this video, since I don't necessarily like to do full reviews without going through the full review process, I am doing this as an appreciation because my good friend Damian Grajeda, aka Replicant EDC, sent over this awesome little guy right here. This is the Chavez 229 Blue Label Street. Um, yeah, so he sent this along. You guys saw the unboxing. I posted a little bit about it on Instagram, but today I wanted to take the time to do the official appreciation post. So that's what this is. It is a knife that I was able to carry for about a week and a half, 2 weeks almost, and just kind of really get a feel for it. And I really appreciate Damien for sending it over because he's a good friend. Known him for years. Go check his YouTube channel out right now. He's currently trying to run a 500 the race to 500 giveaway, so you should go support that. He's got some pretty cool stuff that he got sent to him and that he'll be giving away to one lucky subscriber. But he's been a friend for a long time, for many years now, probably about 3 years, which is a long time to be in like the knife game or in a hobby. And so he sent this guy over to me to check out. And I really like this guy. I really appreciate everything about it. And that's why we're going into it a little bit. So let's just kind of go over it. This is a blue label. What's a blue label? Well, a Chavez blue label, if you don't know, is the more budget-friendly Chavez that you can buy online right now through Blade HQ, through, man, I'm pretty sure Knife Joy and all those other folks got to carry some of these. But they come in at a cheaper price point. They are liner locks, and they are made out of, like, I wouldn't say necessarily cheaper materials, but they are made and manufactured in a way that you're able to cut some of the cost out of the product. And so if you don't know, Chavez is a custom knife maker, one of my favorite knife makers. Everything that he does, especially his skull clip, is just so great. I love everything about it. His tough compound grinds speak volumes. Bulky knives, I mean, even his TAK knife, which is an abbreviation for tiny ass knife, even that thing is a hoss. Like, it's crazy. It's a very tiny little thing, and just everything is kind of big, beefy, blocky, but it's so great. It's just kind of what makes a Chavez knife a Chavez knife. And so the blue label, if you go, Chavez makes custom knives, which I've never owned, I've never handled. Then he makes now what he's now delegated the red label, which is his partnership with companies like Riot, OEM manufacturing style folks. And they come in and they bring you what a custom knife would be around $1,000 and up. I've seen them go for crazy, crazy prices, especially some of his more exclusive customs. And he brings that price down to around the $400 to $500 price range, which is great, which is phenomenal. You get a taste of a Chavez knife almost for half the price, sometimes a third of the price. If a custom knife goes for $1,500, then $400 for a what do you call it, like a mid-tech style knife manufactured overseas, you know, that's good. And the quality was really great. I've hosted a few Chavez red labels on my channel. I had a Chavez Redención 229. I've had a Chaves Street 229, which is a smaller version, and I think those are my only two Chavez knives. Now, I will say the full-size 229 is a great knife. I love that knife. I regret selling mine, but in the name of the game, you know, you have to do a little bit of buy-sell trading if you want to support a YouTube channel. So this guy right here, this is the blue label, and you get to come in under $200, I think, for a full-size knife. This is the street version, so this is the small version of the knife. This one has a Tonto blade, compound grind. The work that has been done to this has been done by a friend of Damien. So he, I think this is an acid etch blade in Elmax blade steel. It is a liner lock, which is really cool. because I want to talk about that a little bit. It goes into the appreciation post. You have 2 clips. This one's the skull clip, and then it has like a neutral, neutered down clip. The boxing comes really nice. I think I have it right here. Packaging is still the same quality, so you don't like the packaging. This Blue Label knife, you don't sacrifice anything in it. And here's the spade clip. Here's the neutered down clip. That's not like skull and crossbones kind of thing, which is not my favorite. If you're gonna get a Chavez, get a freaking Chavez for the clip. And obviously, you get really nice packaging. So they're not cutting costs there. And if they are, it's probably like, you know, a few cents off of the dollar or whatever. But no, really nice. You get minimal billboarding. So there's the Chavez logo. And then it says Elmax steel right here on the blade, right by the thumb stud. And then, yeah, let's get into the actual appreciation post. So in typical review style, because this is not a full review, this is an appreciation post. Shout out to Damien for sending this over. So like I said, Tonto and Elmax, it has a compound grind. So right here is a flat grind. And then this just like, it's a very, very thick blade stock when you look up here. But the manufacturing and what they do to make everything like from the thumb studs towards the tip of the blade feel thin is just really nice, because you start at a flat grind here at the Yacote coming upwards, and you can notice there's a belly on the Tonto. So you get like the best of both worlds when it comes to having a Tonto and having a little bit of a belly on a like a drop point style knife. And then of course you come to a hollow grind down here. That's typically what happens, and it's very nice and thin behind the edge. Not the thinnest, but also really good for slicing tasks and stuff like that. The Tonto blade, really good for piercing tasks. It has a very generous choil for sharpening. Not a finger choil. I wouldn't suggest using it as a finger choil unless you have small to medium hands like I do. Then you have this very, very aggressive jimping on the spine. It goes into the liners. The liners are not shadow box, but we'll get into that here in just a second. Very, very aggressive jimping. So be very, very cautious. They can create hot spots. Okay, so let's get into the liner. Now, one of my all-time favorite knives of all time is the Voxnays F5.5. That is a collaboration with Urban Supply EDC. The reason why is because they do a liner lock knife that is phenomenal. I have a disassembly of it, but this one functions in the same way. And now they could be manufactured by the same people, because I'm not entirely sure if this is manufactured by Riot or not. But the way that that liner works, it's a full titanium liner, which this one is. The only difference is, I think, there is a steel ball bearing or a steel detent ball in there, so that way it has a little bit of a detent, right? I'm not sure if the ball bearing, if the detent in the F5.5 is steel, because it's supposedly like super corrosion resistant, but it applies the same concept that the titanium liner cups around the tang of the blade. Sorry, you can kind of see it in there a little bit. I'm not going to disassemble this because I didn't get the right permissions, so forgive me for that. But it cups right around the tang of the blade, and it gives you really, really good lockup. I mean, you can take a look at it here. That's how much lockup you're getting. 45%, maybe 40%, but still plenty of lockup for this knife. I'm not going to do any spine wax. This is not my knife. I'm going to send it back to Damien. He did offer to sell it to me, but I had to decline. And it's really nice, and it kind of deleted one of the issues that I had with the frame lock version of the Chaves Street, because whenever you go to disengage a frame lock, the tang, the interface, the lock interface comes down to about right here. So you get this much of a frame lock or so before the lockup is engaged. And so whenever you do that, the spine has to be made a little bit longer. And when you would go to close it, the spine would lash over and give you like a whipping on the side of your thing, or you would on the side of your middle finger. And so you would really have to get that middle finger out of the way when closing. Otherwise, it would just create a little hot spot when closing the blade. But since the liner lock rides so high up now, you don't have that problem with the longer spine down this way that you don't have to. So, I mean, this is a great knife. It feels like a full-size knife, even though this is a miniature knife. It's a miniature version of the 229 Redemption. It's really nice. One of the things that I guess they would have to cut corners on a little bit is the body screws. They pop up off of the micarta, which is fine. They're not recessed at all. But this would make disassembling like maybe like a 2-part process. I'm not entirely sure if these screws go all the way to the titanium probably, and then the pivot, and then maybe I'm not sure how the construction is. And then you do get a really nice and handsome G10 backspacer, which is really nice and really handsome. The titanium on the liners looks really sharp. I really like the color of it. If I was in the position to, I definitely would have bought this from Damien, but I'm saving up for something a little special for my birthday, and because my wife and I closed on a house last night. But there's more about that later. That'll be kind of in the coming. That's why I've slowed down on some of my content, because Alexander's got to save up for a house, guys. I can't just be renting my whole life. So this is not my house. I'm renting this house right now, and we're just getting into stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about it. The thumb stub deployment is really nice, really good reverse flick. I don't know if he swapped it for skiff bearings or not. It's usually what Damien does, but I don't want to say yes or no. But yeah, this thing is really nice, and it's really good, and it brings that price point down to a manageable. Like, if you want to own a Chavez, you can go and get a blue label and you could be content with what you get, because I mean, honestly, it's still a great quality knife, just at a lower price point. And that Elmax steel is going to punch above its weight class. Elmax is a really good steel for corrosion resistance. It's a really good steel for edge retention. May take a little bit longer to sharpen if you're inexperienced. But guys, if you hone your blades, that shouldn't be a problem with a blade steel like Elmax. I'm not sure how tough it is. Like, I wouldn't go prying into anything, but I don't suggest you pry into anything with any knife ever, unless you're, I don't know, somebody who likes to ruin knives. I would say the lockup is a little late or early for me. I don't know the difference between those terms, honestly. So yeah, I mean, it's really good knife, and we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate friends like Damien who allow me to host things like this on the channel, because I mean, that's what keeps this thing going, right guys? Shout out to him. I have been carrying with it, so I don't have it loaded out right now, but this is one of the sponsors of my channel, Methuselah Leather. I really like his caddies. This is called the Jinko. He names all of his products after trees, and I think that's really cool. Haas is a really good guy. Let me see. This is the pen I used to sign my home contract with, so I'm really proud of that. But more on that later. It's kind of more or less how I've been carrying this guy. Just throw a little pry bar in there, and then it's good to go. But yeah, I'll carry this in the pocket, and then this will be right there in the pocket. And just look at how handsome this stuff is, man. I love it. I love all the black, and like, I'm not a very tactical person. Like, I don't really like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not very tactical, black and everything like that, but these are awesome. Like, I like a good solid monochromatic carry. Sorry, I was rambling there for a second trying to find another pen. But yeah, guys, today I'm only rocking the Spyderco Native 5 and Magna Cut. I dyed mine green, and I've been really carrying this guy around a lot lately. Really like it. Really love this. This is the Soul Built Sharpie. You can see it's already starting to patina and wear in to where I carry it in the pocket next to my screwdriver from Big Idea Designs. So, I mean, yeah, this is an appreciation post. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.